Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Hey, everyone. Happy New Year? What? I guess it's a real holiday, huh? I don't have to make something up. I don't have to just say Happy Tuesday. I don't have to be like, Happy not a day, Happy maybe a day. I can just unabashedly be myself and say, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Can I zoom this in enough to get around my... Sorry, my zoom. The monitor, top of the monitor cuts it off. Oh, perfect. I think I fixed it. I think we're good. Fantastic. Fantastic. Fix the hair. How are we doing here? The part, right? See the part. The part is split. Do you guys see what's going on here? It's too much. It's too much. Just got to smooth it out a little. There we go. Just look like I've got regular bed head, you know, instead of Bill and Ted's Fred head. Medjed. Anyway, it is 2:45 over here in Washington. Not too much going on today. Hello, 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 hello. But yeah, not too much going on today. Katie just headed out. She's got a short shift tonight. So that's it. That's about it. Just gonna game for a few hours. I'm not feeling 100%, but I did want to come on and have a little bit of fun, so. I had a dream about getting cannon rushed, and I couldn't sleep, and then I woke up, and my dog was actually building photon cannons around me in my sleep. Which, you know, was just tough. Just tough, honestly. So, there you go. That's it. There's not really a whole lot else. Hey, Cinezalinia. Always love the stream. See, that's really nice of you. Look at this guy. He comes in and says something polite. What a gentleman. Fantastic. Fantastic. But yeah, it is, We'll see if anybody's trying to play a game of SC2 into the new year, because that could be on the table. That could be on the table. But let's just game. Let's just game. What is that catching here? Oh, it's the light in the back. Interesting. I've got a little moon. I've got a little moonlight. Like a little tiny orb of moon. I didn't think that would pop the dude though. I unplugged it. Game over. Game over. Alright, we got TVZ. TVZ to kick it off. Kick it off. Kick off your new year with some battle cruisers. You know what I'm saying. You know, you know. Hey, Phantom Rose. Hey, hi, all. Nice to see you. Nathanias, Happy New Year in advance. Thank you, thank you. I celebrate my new year on New York time. So very, very excited about that. Looking forward to it. Almost there. Your US East. Nice, nice. Yeah, even when I moved out west, it's still nicer to celebrate East Coast New Year's, because A, Times Square, and B, I don't have to stay up till midnight. Let's see what he's got. Guys, if the Ravager Bile lands on your final building to eliminate you from the game right at 11:59, 59:59, like going into the new year, does that count? Is that a thing? You rewinded your Prussian campaign because you basically won. Oh, nice, nice. Prussian campaign. You playing Age of Empires? Man, I get so spoiled when I play on the Korean server. Technically, I'm on late today, which means that I don't have to play on Europe that long because we're already getting there. But the Koreans, I got to give them some time to sleep in. Napoleon Total War. Oh, right. I remember you did mention Napoleon Total War. I feel you. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. No, I've had some... a little... Oh. Trying not to lose my guy. People find it boring. I mean, everybody has, like, their relaxing game, you know? I mean... like some of the mobile games I play, I like specifically because they're not like I don't have to be giving input a lot, if that makes sense, you know. Even though I started playing the raid game or whatever just to get my free couch, and my punching bag, you know, eventually I realized that doing some sort of mindless resource management on the side that I don't have to control anything, you know. It's like it kind of gives me a way to zone out while also gaming. Although I'll be real, mobile games not really like the best, but all my PC games are like tweak games. So all the games I play on PC are just like really, really intensive. So I actually love having a game I can play that I don't have to do anything like that. So I play a lot of League of Legends. I play a lot of League. I play a lot of StarCraft. I play a lot of Fortnite. They're all fast games, right? They're all very high APM games. I only play high APM games, like, most of the time, honestly. And if I'm playing a game that's not high APM, I usually find a way to give myself enough extra tasks, whether it's for my benefit or my detriment. I try to find other stuff to do. So as soon as I see that footstep icon, you know, as soon as I hear somebody nearby, I'm going. Like back in the day when we used to stream PUBG. Doing the same thing as you, just with a bottle of Johnny Walker. Ay, ay, ay. You'll be locked in for tonight's games. Right on. Welcome, Community Patrol. Hey, Crunt. I appreciate y'all. That's right. You hate war in real life, you know? Oh, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. If only peace sold better, huh? Right there with you. Just trying to get my Hellions just a little shabu. Little shabu shabu. Little shama. Nathan, this is the map that you don't want to take a third base on. I'm reminding you because I see you taking a third base. When you lose this game and you tell chat that this is the hardest map to defend your third base on, when you start coping, everybody here is going to know you're a cope addict. All right? This is just your subconscious letting you know that if you had thought about this just a little bit more before this game began, you too could have saved yourself from yourself. I mean, it's a little too late to change our build now, but I should be doing 2 base all-ins every time I play this map. I should. This map is traumatizing me when I try to take a third base. It is legitimately traumatizing to try to get a third here. You're about to go for a quick smoke, but looking forward to the show? Yeah, I'll be playing for a few hours. My plan. I'm feeling like not Okay, I feel good. I got a lot of sleep, like I said, going into yesterday. Yesterday's stream was great, but I am yeah, I had a little sniffles today, so I'm not gonna like push myself to the point of snapping in half, but I'm hoping that I can hold up for a good while today. So that's all. We're just gonna game. We're just gonna have some fun. I'm gonna dream about eating 500,000 chicken McNuggets for no real reason. That's just, you know, it's on my notebook of reasons to live. That's good stuff. I can't believe Buffalo Wild Wings sent my wife a wrapped email. I don't know how you guys do it, but like my wife likes to. We do all the shared point accounts and stuff so we can stack them. But I'm kind of disappointed with myself. I said I only ate 142 chicken wings last year. Well, this year I guess. This year's not over yet, not for me. But I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Like you would think I could get that number higher. So at least I've got a goal. I've already got a goal for 2026, which is I got to do at least, let's just say double that number, right? Let's just try to get to 250 chicken wings next year. That doesn't really feel that crazy over like the period of a whole year. Like that doesn't really actually feel like, it doesn't feel like the toughest challenge. That's all. Like it seems pretty doable. I feel like I could eat 250 chicken wings in a year. All right, now one of you guys plug that into your AI guy and tell me how many chicken wings I got to eat a day. What's my ideal 5 per week? Easy. Oh wow, yeah, that's actually quite reasonable. That's quite attainable, huh? All right, guys, so there you go. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted on my chicken wing consumption. Right now we have the ability to redeem. Right now we have the ability to redeem for free like 40. So actually the Super Bowl might be enough to get us there because I'm probably gonna eat 40 wings on the Super Bowl. I know, Nathan, we want you to live. It's not the right thing, etc. Yeah, well, you know, on the Super Bowl you're allowed. Actually, wings don't count on the Super Bowl. There you go. You guys have heard vacation calories don't count. Wings don't count on the Super Bowl. Don't at me. All right, I didn't make the rules. I didn't make the backyard football dad rules. It's not on me. Look at this guy trying super hard for one refinery, by the way. All right, he doesn't have a hive. That's really important to know. No hive is actually kind of crazy, low key. I'm feeling pretty good about our situation. Yeah, Battlecruiser versus Mutalisk goes very well for Battlecruisers. As you guys may know, BC has 3 armor by default. So he is not scared. He is not scared of Mutalisks. He's not scared of Mutalisk Glaive. He is not scared of the bounce attack. No. And I actually did build, unlike normal, I actually did make this time. I actually did make some. Say it, Nate. Out with it, boy. Siege tanks. I did make some tanks this time, so that's nice. Bro, you burrowing lings? What the hell, man? I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool. Apparently not. Apparently not. Start 2-2, get 3 more Thors. And the whole idea is that, of course, we continue to repair the battle cruisers, and those are going to be our primary harass unit. As long as there's no infestors, we can basically always get away. So wow. Yep, clipping that one. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. I missed you. I missed you so much, darling. I didn't even have blue flame. Damn. What am I doing? What in tarnation am I doing? All right, then. There you go. Come here, boy. Let's do this. Let's do this. So the idea is pull the Hellions back, right? Pull the Hellions back. He detonates Banelings onto, you know, Thors, which is, it's always a choice. That's always a choice. That's a choice that he made right there. Damn, Daniel. Oh my goodness. Oi. Okay, this is getting a little, it's getting to be a little much now. I hate rebuilding SCVs. I don't like building SCVs this late in the game. It's not something I enjoy. Wow, he could have mind controlled, rebuilt his own. He could have made his own battle cruisers there. That was a close call. This guy is like he really read that one like Facebook relationship post thing where it's like, if your battle cruisers are something, 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 if your Banelings hit at least 15 different units, they're always cost effective. You know, like he heard that. He's one of those. Oh, he has nothing. Have the Liberators focus the Ultras always, guys. Always. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be sick. He took every base. Ah. You know, you could waste your time trying to jack up and pull every wheel slowly off of the DeLorean. Or you could just realize, if you put a hand grenade in the flux capacitor, bitch will take care of itself. Ah. He took every base. He got them all. If he was Ash Ketchum, he caught them all. I can put down a large amount of wings. There you go. Yeah, 5 per week is easy. Happy New Year. Thank you, Urastaya. Happy New Year to you as well. It just hit, right? Just hit in Europe, right? You gotta put on the Euro beat, get something super heavy going, right? Get a little in there. We love to see it. We love to see that, don't we? We love to see that. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, gamers. Well, I guess I beat this guy. I pushed into this guy and won right at New Year. Maybe that's why he lost. He was popping champagne and making out with a model or something. His wife's a model, obviously. I'm not objectifying models, just using it as a frame of reference. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Barcode TVZ. I already got a few clips from today. This is nice. That last game I got like two pretty decent fights. I put up 3 YouTube shorts today on the channel. One of them I actually edited, so it's not just the whole thing. I tried to cut out I showed it like the beginning and then I jumped to the ending part that got good. But yeah, I put up 3. I think I put up 3 reels on YouTube today. Whatever the correct terminology is there. And then I went live. So I'm here. Hi. I always say since I was born in Brooklyn, you know, my internal clock runs off of that. You know, it's the same part of the earth. No matter how little sense that makes. Gonna be even a little bit greedier this game. Annyeonghaseyo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, Grimshank. Back. Where on the world are we playing today? I'm still playing Europe. Still playing Europe ladder. I have Europe is like, I get the worst latency too, but I mean, for opponent variety, just being able to get a couple different peeps is really nice. It's the hardest server for me to micro on. It's actually kind of crazy how much better my ping is to Korea. But I need, you know, at the start of the streams, it's always very early there. Especially if people are staying up if people stayed up, because it already happened there. It's already the first. So. I was like, I don't really know if people are going to be on EU. Maybe people will be celebrating. Maybe people will be out doing stuff. I don't really know. I don't know what the vibe is. Don't know what the vibe is where people play StarCraft around the world. And then I thought, well, in Korea, it's the morning after. So anybody that ended up going to bed early might hop on the ladder. But I also have a mild expectation for there to be some hungover portion of the player base that simply won't be available on January 1st. And I'm okay with that. I'm glad they went and had fun. That keeps their lives interesting and keeps them from burning out, which keeps them from giving up on their passions. So I still get to play with them. Hey, Q for you. I can't read Hangul. I'm sorry. But I did take a year of Korean class at Penn State. So yeah, it's been a long time. That was like 10 years ago, actually. So it was a long time ago. It was like 13 years ago. I only know a little bit of Korean. Yeah, the language is made to be easy to read. It was actually the first day of my class. All we did was learn the alphabet, and then we started learning words the second day of class. So Korean actually is pretty well designed if you want to pick it up. And I can like recognize some things, you know, like the flat line with the little dash in the middle on the right is always some kind of like ah type sound, right? And then I think the first letter of like the 2 messages ago is like young Younger Reem. Yeah, I don't know. I could like try. I could try and make a fool of myself, but instead I'll just say, oh, Pankapsunida, which is nice to meet you. You can also say, so you guys know Anyang Haseo is hello, but you can also use, there's also two versions of how to say goodbye, and it sounds very similar. You can say Anyang Kaseo if you are saying goodbye to somebody who is leaving you, and you can say Anyang Keseo if you are saying goodbye as the person leaving. They have two different versions of goodbye. I might have mixed those up too. It's been a long time, but that'd be about the extent of my Korean expertise. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I only know a few canned phrases such as well as toward unto as well. Your ears getting better at picking German words and songs? I've taken a few classes in different languages. Korean I made some progress with because of StarCraft and meeting people in the StarCraft space. I actually did have some people I could talk to, but, you know, it's like... Have you ever tried to ask one of your white friends or relatives if they just want to learn Spanish with you? Good luck. Turns out no one does. So, trying to find a language that I can... The best way to learn is to communicate with people who can help you, basically, right? But with, like, books and stuff, they can't answer your questions. So, yeah. It was a little bit easier to learn some Korean just because I actually had Korean people that I could talk to. So, when I was learning Chinese, it was very different. Chinese was also much harder because I didn't know anybody I could speak to in Chinese back when I was taking that class. And again, the hardest thing about Chinese versus Korean is that if you don't know the word in Korean, you can still mouth it out. Like if you once you know the alphabet, you can mouth out any word and then just go say it to someone and be like, oh, hey, what does iramoyeo mean? Like, I read it out loud. What does it mean? I don't know what it means. But like in Chinese, you can't do that. You can't just sound out words. You can't just sound out symbols you don't know because the pronunciation changes based on so many different things. So if you, without knowing the context, you can't even make that restoration to try and say it again later. So I always felt that was the toughest part of it. Yeah, depending on the intonation, it's a different word, but certain characters, their meaning and pronunciation change purely based on the character next to them. So like just because you see a character, like if you know ni hao in Chinese, if you know ni hao and you see those letters next to other things, you may not be able to like read it and say, oh, it's like if you saw other characters surrounding those that were directly next to them and not in a space. I don't even know if they have words that would use that. But my entire point is that you still would have no actual frame of reference for what that's supposed to sound like. And that's what is like such a nightmare about it. So if you don't have somebody there who can translate it or say it for you, or if you don't take a picture of it, like you're not even going to be able to figure out what it was. But I think when I was taking my class, they said that the average person needs to have at least like 5,000 symbols completely memorized, like perfectly, to be able to read a newspaper. Crazy, right? Yeah, the tones was the other hardest part, for sure. Damn, he's aggressive, huh? He's crazy. I might not be able to do it, boys. GG. Mr. Barcode got us. Well done. Happy New Year, Playgoo. I can almost say that Resident Evil 9 comes out next month. Almost. I can almost say that. Actually, some of you can say that now to yourselves, anyway. I don't have too much stuff to just stall for here while we're queuing, so just hang in there, gamers. We'll get there. We will get there. Oh! All right, then. He didn't want to play TVT. There are a lot of people who leave TVT. I can't even blame him. I can't and I shan't. I can't and I can't and I shan't. We did play a couple of pretty crazy games, like back to back to back there, so I think God's telling us to take 5. I'm not taking a break. Maybe I'm gonna do a breathing exercise while we search for a match. Break out the glass nidus worm, if you know what I'm saying. $100 BCs versus 1,000 Marines. Who would win? I don't think I need to get one of those custom maps where you can just do crazy stuff like that, right? That's got to be doable, right? How do Loco and Euthermal do it? Those guys do crazy fights, right? Or somebody on YouTube does that. Let's get it. With Stim Marines? Yeah, I think the Battlecruisers win, though. Until you fill in every single blank, I'm gonna just keep telling you Battlecruisers. Battlecruisers. Yeah, 1,000 Marines sounds scary, but you gotta keep in mind that you can have Battlecruisers, like, clumped up on each other. So, hypothetically speaking, there's actually a number of Marines that would only ever be able to fire at the battlecruisers at once. Meanwhile, hypothetically, every single battlecruiser would be able to constantly fire the entire time in this experiment. Hypothetically speaking, anyway. It's hard for me to imagine a scenario where 1,000 Marines should not only have better upgrades than a battlecruiser, but also all be close enough to a battlecruiser that 1,000 of them can effectively be utilized at a time, you know? It's like saying, Nathan, which car would be more sturdy on the road? An 8-wheeler or a regular sedan with 4 spare tires in the trunk? And it's like, huh? Well, you see, they both have 8 wheels. And I'm like, fuck it. Put them in the back seat too. Now it's got 10 wheels. That's as stable as it gets. That's almost as stable as a Nintendo console. Wow. Wow. Now, if we're talking like, okay, let's just say there's 100 battlecruisers clumped up, sort of, in the middle, and 1,000 Marines are running at them. Will the Marines kill them? Well, no. First of all, let's keep in mind, the battlecruiser has more range than the Marine. So, the Marines are taking heat before they can even fire back, right? And just for the sake of arguments, they're both 3-3. They're maxed out. They can, you know, Marines can't kill BCs if they're both 3-3. That's not impossible. We can be okay with that. Still, it's only 3 damage per attack from the Marines. And the battlecruisers are dealing, like, what? Against ground, they do 11. -3 would be 8 damage per hit. So, assuming that the Marines are stimming and don't have medevac support, they only have 45 health. 45 divided by 8. You're starting to get somewhere in that 6 to 7 range. No, I swear I didn't plan this. I didn't plan it. Go get a calculator. I didn't plan it. Somebody get me the decimal. Someone get me the decimal. No, because 5 times 8 is 40, right? But 8 times... No, Nathan. No, but to get to 45 from 8, no. You'd have... it'd be like between 5 and 6 then, right? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry if I was vamping there for a little bit. I did try to process it. I tried to figure it out. Only got one. My wife took the brain cell to work. You know how it goes. You know, maybe we don't go Hellions this time. This is the guy we played earlier. Just commit, okay? Commit to the bit, go hard, and stop worrying about it. That's what you're gonna do. Would a BC-sized Marine win versus a BC-sized Marine? Looks like I'm not the only one with the glass nidus worm, huh? Ay, ay, ay. You're apologizing? How dare you? Apologize for apologizing. I'm just messing. I appreciate you. Happy New Year. Well, I feel like we denied the scout. He should expect us to go BCs, but he shouldn't expect us to do this, because this isn't what we did the first time, right? It's a little different. BC-sized Marine versus a Marine-sized BC. I mean, if you lowered a ship to that size, like, if you reduce the proportions to such a degree, I'm more worried about the people that are supposed to be, like, operationally speaking, in the battlecruiser. Does that make sense? Do you know that a battlecruiser has, like, thousands of people who live in it? Like, each one of them, it takes Like, they have full-on apartments and stuff in there for the staff. Like, battlecruisers are pretty big endeavors as far as infrastructure commitments are concerned. So, I will say, if you shrunk a battlecruiser down to the size of a man, if you shrunk a ship with 4,000 people on it down to the size of a man, I would be very worried about them. Can I say that? I would be deeply concerned. All I'd be able to think about are the 4,000 little people in there. Who's looking after them? Will the battlecruiser ever go back to normal size? What is the point of this cruel experiment? So that's where I'm at right now with it. Oh, he's got the Spire on the way. We don't have to. We don't have to pretend, Bartholomew. We don't have to, SpongeBob. You remember when they built their first BC in Stargate SG-1? Well, we know that he's already got the Corruptor resource commitment. We already know that. So, actually, no, that's probably fine. Just keep that one. Okay. I mean, if he's already got Corruptors out and ready to roll, I do have 1-1. We can still try to trade. We want to fight away from Queens as much as possible. So even if all we do is just retreat and he follows us, that's okay. Oh, he's got El Nidus, huh? Oh, you dirty, dirty, dirty. What a slut. He's got a Nidus worm. Okay. We have ways of dealing with that. Yeah, we have ways of dealing with that. Oh, there they are. The hosts of Swarm. I mean, there's nothing good about having to fight against that, right? That's bad news all the way. That's bad news all the way. Oh yeah, forgot. I can't do last second micro. No last second micro here. Yeah, we might be cooked, honestly. I thought the worm popped up above my natural. That's why I was looking over there when they appeared and killed all my shit. So apologies in advance. Apology in advance. All my stuff was set up to cover my El Natural. Like, there we go. See, I can deal with this. We can deal with this. This is a lot more manageable. This is what I was prepared for. This is what I prepared for, you know? Yeah, but that's fine. Can you tell we really pissed this guy off with that first game, I guess? We traumatized our boy here. We traumatized him. Good boy. Okay, we're gonna get this one. We're gonna get this one. Good. Oh, see? This is so nice. I just got rid of all of them. Just got all the swarm hosts. That's a lot of money to lose, bro. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of moolah. That's a lot of dash. That's a lot of dash. Perfect. That's fine. Cost of doing business. Nice. Yeah, like I said, that micro is brutal to execute here, but I'm having a lot of fun with him. This is the guy we clapped earlier, but I think I just really appreciate that this guy, he's doing like the most insane build. He's doing like the most insane thing I've seen in a minute. I've got nothing but respect. The only thing keeping me in it was him suiciding all of his swarm hosts, right? That was like the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing that brought us in this. So we'll just see if we can keep at it. Oh, I've got lots of gas left in my base. That's nice. I could feel bad about not having that, but I'm not really missing too much BC production, so. You know what? I actually think my battlecruisers are really well upgraded. Let's fight. Let's dance. Hmm. All right, then. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. This is the guy that also took every base, right? So he's probably gonna do something similar. Just gotta keep checking them all. I didn't clip that last fight though. I have to try to remind myself to go back to that. Bro's trying so hard. I love this. Let's go. Why not? Why not? He wants to meet his maker. Let's give him an express one-way ticket. Oh, did you think that was all my units? Did you think I sent everything there? Yeah, let's put an end to this. Got him. We made that man build a lot of spires. Dude, the frickin'... Oh my god, that Nathanias. That Nathanias. Really crazy. Crazy Nathanias. It did feel like he tried everything he could. Except Hydras, right? Except Hydras, no infestors. Sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it'd be like that. Let's go next. Happy New Year, Fayloren. Why do you think Maru does good in local events but rarely wins international? Oh my god. Is that like, that's like a question from 10 years ago. I think most people perform worse when they have to travel as opposed to playing in a home environment. I don't really think it's that deep. Hey, Nate just wanted to say hello and Happy New Year to you and your chat. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Oh, Jay, thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry. I probably shouldn't start doing Modern Family impressions, huh? That's a bad idea. Sorry, I saw your name, Jay, and then I thought, oh, wham! Thank you, Kaimog.
Oh, yeah.
Happy New Year. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the same guy. That's right. That's right. We ride in. Everybody else went to bed in Europe. I should just switch to Korea. I should. I'm not learning my lesson. I'm 2-0 against this guy though, which means no matter what happens, if he beats me, I win the series, right? So this can be our last EU game. But he's given me some pretty good matches. He has. But if I keep destroying him in these macro games, he's absolutely not gonna, he's gonna cheese me at some point, right? He'll clean my clock, as it were. So I gotta be responsible in that way. Are you down to stream till midnight? No, I'm not streaming till, not for like my local time. This isn't gonna be like a 10-hour stream. Absolutely not. It's a fun thought. It's a fun thought. If we get like a 500 sub train, I'll cancel all my plans and stream until the ball drops. How about that? Something crazy would need to happen for me to do something like that. But no. I'm gonna probably stream for another like 2 or 3 hours. I don't know. I might head up to see Katie before they close. Get a beer. That's probably what I'm gonna do. So. If I do anything, really. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna watch the Times Square drop together. That'll be at 9 o'clock for us. What's the notable difference of Master to Diamond? I don't think there is one. Most people overthink all of it, so... The hardest thing in the game is building muscle memory to do the inane actions that are meaningless but very important. Explaining that in words is like borderline impossible, but that is the truth. That is the truth. Most of the game is baking in the boring stuff and getting enough repetition down that you don't have to think about things that don't matter. And they matter, but they don't matter in the sense that it shouldn't be occupying your brain power to build depots. You shouldn't need to have a stopwatch going every 30 seconds to build supply depots, right? And if you're not at that point, and nobody, even in like pro level play, even pros get supply blocked. But like stuff like that is, you know, that's really what will separate you from everybody else. So your ability to not waste your time like fretting over those sorts of things is exactly what will elevate your game to that level. Everybody wants to believe there's just an easy answer, something that you can be told that unlocks it, and you're like, oh my god, it was simply a matter. All I had to do was get the streamer to tell me his one secret. I knew there was a secret because obviously the only way that you could be successful is with some sort of knowledge. It certainly has nothing to do with hard work or practice. And then I'd be like, no, actually, the secret to not getting supply blocked is to just play bajillions of games and be mindful of your supply. But like, you know, you got to make it automatic. You got to build that in. You got to work on that. You got to work that into your gameplay. It's just the kind of thing that gets easy once you've played hundreds of games. And guess what? It gets easier once you've played thousands of games. But if you spend every game fretting over whether you're going to win or lose, and you're too fixated on the outcome to enjoy the process, then you'll burn yourself out and you'll be like, I put all this time in and I got nothing. I'll be like, yeah, it's because you put time in, you like showed up and then you kicked and screamed. You showed up to practice and you whined. It's not gonna work. Practice is boring. Practice is boring, guys. It's not supposed to be the fun part. The fun part is when you show up and then you do the thing you practiced and you've practiced it so many times that it almost feels effortless to you without opposition in front of you anyway. That's the secret. That's the real key. And then you execute like you did in practice in the real game, and then you just win. And you're like, holy shit, I won. All I did was practice doing this a million times, and then I just did it. I didn't make a last minute decision to change what I was gonna do because, oh, this guy had this, you know? You went into it, you told yourself that you were going to face the adversity, whatever they did, you would try to find a way to continue on with your game plan, right? You'd have a clear target that you were aiming for. Like that's gonna take you so much further. It's gonna take you so much further than anything any person could just tell you. But yeah, worrying about it is always the worst option. A lot of people just don't realize that pro gamers use the supply drop a lot too. Depots take longer to build than pylons and overlords. You should use the supply drop if you feel that you may have use of it. You really should. Oh, there's the infestation. Infestation. I'm not even gonna build battle cruisers this game because my game plan is to. And let's see, does he have Hive? He is getting the Hive, he's got Aspire. Okay, so we can actually just go straight into Thor's. That's nice to know. Make a couple bucks, turn them into a million. Oh, see, there we go, there we go. Operation take all the bases is a go. Well, we know he loves to do that. We know he's very aggressive about his expansions. Oh, he's getting Das Mutter. All right, then. There you go. Well, this is gonna get nuts, right? Because his game plan just switched. Mutalisks. It's kind of crazy, right? Am I gonna steal his money? Am I actually gonna get his money? He actually let me steal his money. It's pretty tight. We're fine. Yeah, he's gonna try to force a base trade, right? Like, there's not too much else he can really do here. The Muta Man. Now his game plan is to just make me be trapped in my base forever, right? That's usually what these guys are going for. They're like, their fantasy is to base trade you, more or less. And we'll fulfill his fantasy. I'm not worried about it. I am not the slightest bit concerned. It's not an easy style to play against. But my game plan is to just max out and push him, because that's what I would always do. It's what I would always do in this situation. It's what I would always do here. But I do think we're actually there. The most important thing is to keep the Hellions alive. I'm sure he'll do what he did last game and make like a bajillion Banelings and just try and crack everything with that. So we'll just have to be careful. But yeah, this is exactly what we knew he was gonna do, by the way. Of course, the base trade had to be, right? But I do feel pretty good, though. I mean, I set everything up the way that I felt I would need to, so. They suicided his, infestors. Damn. He might have it. Now I think we lose, but that was a great game by him. I mean, we really did force him to do the most toxic thing possible to beat us, and it worked. But I think this is where we say goodbye. We beat him 3 times in a row. He finally got his win. Let's go to the Korean server and see if we can find some other people to play with. How does that sound? One mule made it back, the dream.
Happy New Year's and hope everyone is well less than 3.
Hope your life's been good, Classical. Thanks for swinging by. How did you get that background? Like, you mean this one? You can pick any menu you want from the game. They're all in the settings. They're all in the settings. You can pick whichever one you want. Oh, this barcode always leaves against me. We'll see if he plays. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but if you look in options, you can go to graphics, and it's in background model. So this one, the Nova one, is target acquired. Technically, Commander Nova is also a separate one, but one of them was for the co-op commander. One of them was for the campaign missions they released, Nova Covert Ops. That's why there's 2. And that's why Commander Nova is the only one that has that specification, because I don't believe there are any other characters that have multiple times that they're named in this list. So there you go. There you go, fun fact. Technically, Griffin is her plane, so I don't know what this one looks like, but this is her ship. There you go. Seems kind of nice. Seems kind of nice, honestly. That's almost pleasant. Almost pleasant. Yo, Dubstep, what's up, what's up? What else? Oh, I played an ARAM today as Singed, and I went 42. I posted a screenshot of it in the Discord. I went 42, 16, and 38. When you're doing a hotkey video, I'm lazy and CBA to go through your old vid. You know, you reminding me every once in a while is probably what's gonna get me to do it. How about this? How about this? I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you this month. This way I give myself a lot of time, but also make it embarrassingly humiliating if I don't achieve that very easy to satisfy goal. How about that? Yeah, I went 42 and 16. It was one of my best games of Singed I've ever played. I think it's actually my highest kill game with Singed. I don't think I've ever... Like, I've gotten to the 20s before. I'm not even sure I've ever hit a 30 bag with him. Happy New Year. Thanks, Elise. I'm trying to like sound out what the guy talking Korean in the chat is saying in my head. I don't know what the words mean, but I'm like, our conversation earlier inspired me, I guess. This is what Nathan says to stall once the queue hits 4 or 5 minutes, by the way. We don't really have a budget for filler content here. I could go back to my out of game highlight reel screen, I guess, but oh, this is the guy that leaves. All right, we'll see. We'll see if he plays this time. Channel for play? Channel? Oh. Okay. Hell yeah. Nathan, he's Zerg. Is he? He is. Oh my god, do you guys remember that barcode Terran I played yesterday? Bro, put the fucking... I felt like I was being covered by, like, Prime Darrell Revis. Oh my goodness. Man was wrapped around me like a survival blanket. Straight up. No! Sorry. Hey, did my new compressor settings work, or are you all deaf? Just post a bucket of tears in the chat if you can no longer hear anymore. Same dude from yesterday. Well, this barcode Zerg is the same one that leaves against us. Yeah, he won't play with us. He won't play with us. Hey, Nate, just wanted to wish you a Happy New Year. Thank you, Guitar Cheese. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year to you as well. You know, I think about how this year started. I think about where I was at the beginning of the year. I think about where I am now. So much happier to be where we are. I know Katie loves what she does for work tremendously more than what we were doing at the beginning of the year. We moved out of, I think our apartment was nice, but there was like nothing there, you know? We were quite literally like it was just bad. So there's just nothing. So the fact that we can go places out here, the fact that we can, you know, the fact that we can go see movies, the fact that we've got a mall, the mall is nearby, there's a bunch of breweries and stuff. Like there's just nothing in the town that we lived in before. So it was like you had to drive 20 minutes anywhere, but there's quite a few places nearby, which is really nice. So. And like Fairhaven and the beach and stuff is only like 10 minutes. You just go by the water, just go stare at the ocean. I told you guys I saw a real life seal the other, like 2 weeks ago. Crazy as shit, man. I saw 2 seals. I saw 2 seals, all right, in the bay. I saw 2 seals in the bay. They were just swimming around. They poked their little heads up out of the water and looked at me. It's the most adorable shit, man. I was like, that's one of my prime December highlights right there. Straight up. Thanks, Guitar Cheese. Appreciate it. Life is definitely better since when I first followed you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm in that phase where I'm like, I finally live somewhere with nature, right? Wifed up, got a dog, got a golden retriever, got a cat. Don't have people that live above me or below me anymore. I mean, for all intents and purposes, those are like the 5 fucking infinity stones of self-autonomy. But at the same time, you know, there's so much uncertainty, right? I do feel like many times I'm flying by the seat of my pants. But like, dude, things are so much better than they were before, that's for sure. Like personally anyway, even though things are still hard in a lot of other ways. But like, that's why you persevere, you know? That's why you can't let stuff get you down as much as you can anyway. When I started following you, you were looking into moving to Sweden, I think. Yeah. I lived in Sweden for like a year between 2014 and 2015. I spent most of 2014 and 2015 in Stockholm. the media studio in downtown, they rented an apartment building for me and DeMuslim to live in when we were doing all of their events. You know, Nathan Fabricant actually has a registered Swedish employee tax ID. I hope you know. All right? Legally, I exist. Legally, I exist in some record somewhere because I spent too much time there. I also almost once got stopped at the airport on... Actually, I did get stopped at the airport because they weren't sure if I was going to have enough time left on my passport to be able to go... No, not time on the passport. They were worried I had spent too much time in Sweden to be able to get back before I went over the, like, 90-day limit per half year or something. So... Yeah, maybe, Tarvos. That would have been crazy long ago then. You're going like maybe 10 years then. But yeah, I guess 2014 was more than 10 years ago now. I remember because Metal Gear Solid 5 came out and I was in Stockholm. I was living a different part of town. I was living in a different part of town. I remember I played through the entirety of Metal Gear Solid 5 on my laptop in the studio when everybody was gone. That was how I spent my mornings and my evenings. Stockholm, where I first watched the Lego movie. Did you guys know the Swedes, they're so well educated, they don't even need to put English subtitles. They just play the movies in English with no assistance normally. Isn't that the craziest shit you've ever heard in your life? Man. You know, the last time I ended up going to Stockholm, I found out they tore down that office building. They replaced it with a hotel. Just a big giant hotel in downtown. It's a great hotel. It was a nice one. It's been a long time. I think the last time I was in Sweden would have been... That was actually the last place I really traveled to outside the country. Would have been 2021. Yeah, end of 2021. I was there for the WCS finals, right? Or EPT. I think it was EPT finals at that point. But I was in... We weren't in that part of Stockholm. We were on, like, the complete opposite side of town. There was a pretty good Irish pub outside the hotel, though, like in the apartment area nearby that people lived in. I didn't want to eat the hotel food. I just found different random restaurants. It was a nice little... It was really cold. I think I've said 500,000 times everybody got Pokemon cards. It was a big set. The 151 released, I think, over that weekend. It's good times. Good times. Good times. And somebody got in trouble. But I would never throw them under the bus by telling you. Ever. It's just funny. It's hilarious. You would all find it hilarious. They would just be embarrassed, and I would never do that to them. Remember, guys, only one StarCraft commentator has ever actively vomited during a live segment of the show when they were on camera without anyone noticing. It's only happened once. To the best, I mean, maybe it happened more than once, but I at that point, they fooled me too, so. It's happened. It's been some crazy shit. 10, 15 years of events, man. I'll never forget when I rolled my ankle at that bar the day before DreamHack Winter started. Good times. Good times. I did a whole show hosting standing on one leg. I did a whole 4-day event. Nobody saw my legs on camera. I was just standing on one leg the entire time. Absolutely fucked up my ankle. Memories. When we had to pull that one player out of the river who dived in at 2 a.m. after the event was over. Man, that shit was crazy. People at the hotel front desk are like, please take him somewhere else. Please take him somewhere else. No, he'll be fine. We'll take him to his room. We'll take him to his room. It's okay. Yeah, good times. All good fun. No one got hurt. No one got hurt. Except my ankle. It may never be the same. Alright. He's still got most of his stuff at home. Is it safe to move out of my base now? I'm still worried that 6 Reapers are going to jump up into my main the moment that I'm, like, outstretched on the map. Glad you're doing better and are at a good place. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. If you haven't tuned in a long time, the most important things you need to know are that I got married, I moved to Washington State, and I do not support any of the current absolute fucking insanity my country's participating in. So it's important for me to get that one across too, in case you didn't know. I also have a golden retriever who just turned 6 years old. His name is Lewis. He is, don't tell my wife I said this, he's one of the loves of my life. And he is absolutely everything I dreamed of when I thought about how much I wanted to be able to have a dog all those years casting. I mean, those of you who tuned in back then, you know, the biggest problem was I was always traveling for events and stuff, so being able to get a pet, being able to get a golden especially, was like one of the biggest. That was like so big. So obviously I'm not really traveling that much anymore, so I get to see him every day. Whenever I'm having a hard day, that pooch just cuddles right up to me. They're like Tony Stark arc reactors of love. They never run out. He just turned 6. He just turned 6. That's why I only buy Canadian liquor these days, baby. Give me that Crown Royal. I'm gonna slurp that shit up. Sorry if I intimidate any of you. Well, I couldn't see if he had repositioned. Oh, he might be on the map if that base is exposed. YOLO. YOLO. We ball. We ball. We ball! Oh, I got it. Wow. See, now I feel like a bat. Now I feel like I am bullying him. Oh! Give me a tank, give me a tank, give me a tank. Me. Hey, time bot. Time bot is time saved. What does that mean? I don't know. It's provocative. It gets the people going. No! No, tasteless. Actually, I think we can clean all of this up and have the BCs come out. You know, this command center's almost done too. Dare I say, we might be fine? I totally forgot I had that extra command center building during that whole process, which is really good for us. Yeah, no, we had our 2-year anniversary. We had our 2-year anniversary in September. I proposed to her on top of a mountain, like I said I would. Ron Burgundy style. It was great. There were other people there, so I did not scream at the top of my lungs, but I thought about doing it, if that helps. That counts. Yeah, man. No, she's the best. She really is. Imagine being a tank driver watching the SCV cut through to get to you. Oh yeah, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. That's like the closest thing to a human version of like a face hugger. You're like, oh my god, it's getting through the helmet. I have my helmet on, I'm fine. It can break the helmet. No! Of course it can break the helmet. This movie would be over in 5 minutes if it couldn't break the helmet. You stupid bitch. All right, here we go. You ready for this? You ready for this? Bamba Lamba, whoa, Black Betty. Bamba Lamba, Black Betty had a child. Bamba Lamb, the damn thing go wild. That's gonna leave a mark. Whoa! Now let's take his money too. Why not? Take his lunch money. Demon, suck his soul out. Look at that. Still got one in the barrel. Look at that. Look at that money. Money, 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 money. What's going on, Sugar Plum? Is he gonna try again? Oh, lordy. How many times? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? What's up, Nate? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, baby. Hey, hey. What else? What else has changed? Well, you guys, you know that Twitch test thing I've been doing with their new technology. I mean, there was a bit of that we got exposed to this year, right? Twitch ended up giving streamers the ability to serve all of the video qualities. So you're no longer getting video from Twitch's servers. Everything comes directly from my computer. So that's one thing that changed technology-wise. Twitch now also supports, for the first time, vertical video formats in live stream. So if you watch my stream on your phone, you can actually get a portrait version that I actually custom tailor-made for streaming StarCraft vertically. So even though the game is a little bit squish, you cut off the sides, we still have the mini-map, still have the resources, still have the game clock. I put a lot of care into making sure that the shorts format that I record anything in or stream in is of something watchable, as watchable as possible. That's the word I like to use. I like to say things like watchable. So those were some pretty cool new things we were able to implement. Oh yeah, actually I took a year off of streaming. I probably should have mentioned that too. I got a real job. I got a real job last year. I was helping somebody out, and then they asked me to come on full time, so I said yes, and then basically rode that pony for about 9 months until better options. But don't forget, put that in your calendars. September 23rd. That's the day. It's a great day. Oh, I smashed him. Clip that. But it's good to see you, Carlino. Hope you're doing well. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't even think I rant about anything here anymore. I think I get... you know, I did call myself out. I did get upset at myself for misclicking yesterday once. I think I made one misclick. I may have snapped at myself a little bit. You know, it's a lot better than it used to be. I was pretty rough. I was pretty rough on myself. My wife tells me I can't be mean to myself. It's the most difficult thing. It really is. Hey, Seven, good to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. $349, not bad. Not bad. Man, I think I sniped like 3 command centers from that dude, though. I think I stole like three bases from him. Maybe more. We took a lot of his money. All right, we got a Zerg. Yeah, she does. She's the best. She really is the best. Hell yeah, Mayhem. You too. You as well, sir. You as well. I did not check out the pond today, though. I did not check out the pond. It has been frigid. It's been frigid lately. No snow, but it's like 30 degrees. It's like 0 Celsius, -1, -2 Celsius. No snow, but we still got that ridiculous ass humidity because we got the pond nearby. And it's just cold. It's just cold. I don't know why. It's been a long time. Because I guess it's been a long time. My dad's sending me photos and they've got snow over there. Oh, they got feet of snow. Oh, they got a whole snowstorm in the Northeast. They got snow for days. But no. I don't get to see any... Sorry, I'm... Oof. Yeah, anyway. Be nice if there was some snow. At literally any point. I would appreciate that. Hey, man, been around since 2010, and I need you to know I appreciate your contribution to the sport. God bless you, man. That's an incredibly nice thing to come in and say. Thank you, thank you. Being a part of StarCraft is one of the greatest honors of my life, bar none. There is really nothing I can put on that level. Being able to be a part of the game, being able to be in one of my favorite games, as myself even, is one of the coolest things too. But all those years of events and tournaments and travel. Loved it. Loved every minute of it, man. Every minute of it. I think we might be cooked. GG. I mean, somebody was gonna proxy me here eventually, right? Like, that was just... It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen eventually. You got heaps of snow out there? It's overrated? Oh, I miss my snow, man. I miss my snow. I'd spend hours shoveling. I grew up in the Poconos. Like, my dad had to go to work. Me and my brothers were out there for like 2 hours clearing out the driveway and usually part of the road because we live down 690 and there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Well, thankfully this map doesn't have a back door to my main, so I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay this time. But yeah. I miss the snow. I want just a little bit. Just a little bit. We moved further north. We're about as north as you can really be on the West Coast. Vancouver is the nearest major city. I was expecting a white Christmas. Raining here in SoCal. I heard. Wah.
Nate BC.
Oh, he's gonna do it again, huh? Damn. He's crazy. He's absolutely... He's a nutter. He's a nutter. Looks like this guy's also got a glassnitis worm, if you know what I mean. It's beautiful. You wish, brah. You wish. Not only will I not teach you how to Dougie, I'm not going to show you any of the moves. Well, he did try really hard, guys. He did. All right, don't laugh. That was guys over there at his computer like he's piloting a Gundam, trying to build a hatchery in my base. You got to be careful. Thank you for making something I love just a little bit better. Hell yeah, man. Well, if there's any benefit to living in an era where it's just going to be existing IPs milked to death, even if they haven't been relevant in any way for a long time, there's really no reason to believe that there won't eventually be some StarCraft stuff. It was pretty cool to see Blizzard come back this year, right? That was a big deal. 2025 is the first time Blizzard really taking any agency in their game. It's great to see. We got a big patch with lots of quality of life updates and improvements to make the game more accessible and more playable for its aging player base and dwindling, right? So all good things, giving people a little bit to look forward to, giving people a little bit to be excited about. Not only that, but they announced the return of StarCraft 2 at BlizzCon, as I'm sure you guys heard, but StarCraft 2 is going to be a part of the Classic Games event. They're going to be on the Classic Games stage. They're going to be doing like a cool draft event with other classic Blizzard games and some of your favorite pro gamers and Blizzard personalities. Myself not included, but I'm pretty sure you'll have guys like, I wouldn't be surprised if Day 9 was there. Pretty sure Tastosis and whatnot. They're going to do like a captain's draft basically for a bunch of the other games. Brood War, SC2, Hearthstone. I'm trying. Damn. He got me. Good cheese. That's the second one. All right, let's go next. You think this was due to Microsoft? Well, you have to keep in mind that they haven't really been doing a whole lot during the whole acquisition. So I think what you're seeing is them kind of ramping up. I think that's what's happening. They wound down a lot of stuff when they were doing the acquisition of Blizzard through Microsoft, as you guys, I'm sure you heard about that. But they wound down a lot of their negotiations and contract stuff because they were told to. And this was something that was told to all of us way back when, but they said it could take years for them to actually start doing anything again. Most people just didn't want to believe that. But their contract with NetEase and China, 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 their contract with NetE Well, all you need to know is that half of the entire player base of StarCraft 2 from the beginning has been China. The game is actually reasonably popular in China. If there were 2 million people playing the game a year, which is what it was for most of the years that I got to have access to that information, about 800,000 to 1 million of the monthly players were Chinese. So if you guys didn't know this, they actually ended up losing their contract. I don't know. If he proxies me, we'll just let him. If we lose enough games, we'll eventually hit other people too. So I'm not going to sweat it. But anyway, they ended up not renegotiating their contract in order to get the rights to operate in China anymore. So if you guys aren't aware, companies are not allowed to operate in China unless they have a local partner, essentially, that does everything that you would do for the Chinese people for you. So in Blizzard, for Blizzard, that's usually been like NetEase or whatever. But they weren't redoing their contracts with them. They weren't renegotiating anything. So they ended up in a situation where they just didn't actually have a deal, and the game was taken offline in China. So you guys, you may not be aware of this, but for a while, there were actually no Blizzard games available in China. So they had to, all of them eventually, at some point, I don't know about how WoW or the Activision games, but like, I'm under the impression that like Warcraft, StarCraft, Overwatch, several games were no longer available in China at all. So if you were somebody who played these games, you already have to do a pretty reasonable amount of legwork to get out to play, non-Chinese games. But just imagine that the entire legal ecosystem for playing games in the whole country was essentially just like gone. So that's all. Damn, he's gonna go for it again. Ah, fuck it. Pull the boys. Let's get it. Let's get it. YOLO. Look at him go. Look at him go. It's beautiful. It's like watching the birth of a beautiful butterfly. I'll say this much, at least we shut down the spine crawlers. If he wants to build more drones and try again, that's completely within his right, but at the very least, we bought time. I'm going to assume this guy is just a much better player than us, and that's why he's, like, memeing to such a degree. So that's one of the reasons I'm just not going to stress it. I think his intention is to frustrate us. Just going to put that out there. So the best thing that we can do is just do our best to try and get to some level of being able to play our regular game. But he may not let that happen. He might just ravage or bust us again. We'll see. How did they never have top tier players? Well, they did. They had their own scene, had their own space. But yeah, anyway, the StarCraft 2 Chinese client was only just re-added when the big patch came out. So if you're one of those people that are all doom and gloom about Blizzard, it doesn't matter if Blizzard cares about you anymore, guys, okay? NetEase, they care enough that I believe they're the ones that are getting these updates pushed through. If I had to wager a guess, it is very likely that there are still enough Chinese players of StarCraft 2, or that there's enough interest there that they feel it's worth investing in just to get those guys back playing the game now that it's available in their country again for the first time in many years. So If you're looking for some copium to huff, that is actually the most realistic possible chance you have of getting more stuff. Assuming that that's your beef. So they started updating the game again, and they actually announced a $50,000 tournament in China featuring Cyril, Raynor, Innovation, MMA. They're getting classic StarCraft 2 legends back together with current top-level pros. If you're the kind of person that's been thirsty for something StarCraft other than just, you know, the yearly Saudi Cup, this is it. This is it. This is what you have been waiting for. I don't have to worry about this creep spread because I am actually just going to build a Raven. That's my plan. I am literally just going to build a Raven to take it all down, so we don't really have to worry about it. Happy New Year, Chrono. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's easier to see the DVD border on the mobile format. The box around the camera didn't really test well with the marketing group, so. Well, you know, Olex, I think everybody's free to have their own opinions on the Saudi Arabia situation. I will say the fact that it's going to be the first big tournament run that isn't being run by a foreign government and actually just like the Chinese branch of Blizzard instead, you know, I'd take that positively. I would say that's a good thing. I only know of one like actual person in the StarCraft space that was offered their money that turned it down, so most people are fine with them. But if you've been looking for somebody else, literally anybody else to do stuff, Blizzard China. Blizzard China. They are doing stuff. If you have been waiting for somebody to start doing some more SC2 stuff and give you some hope, Blizzard China is doing more than anybody else. He wants it. He wants me. You are so... This guy's kawaii AF. I'm interested to see how he manages to turn this into 500 Ravagers. That's going to be the highlight for me. That's going to be my highlight this game. How does he transition into 700 Ravagers from this position? It's going to be a big one. 500 Ravagers is a lot? Yeah, it is. Exactly. I'm using humor to reinforce the point that there's gonna be a shit ton of Ravagers. Oh, look at that blind spot. This guy's a genius. Have you seen a man proxy hatch like this and have the follow-up? What a god. My battlecruiser is almost done, but there's a lot of lings, so I don't actually know if I don't really know if I actually can kill everything. So we'll see. I'm soft launching my natural, so we'll see how that goes. Only good boys get to go in the base, okay? You gotta back it up. You gotta back it up.
I am seeing double. Shoot them both. Nate BC, Nate BC, Nate BC, Nate
He is I mean, this right here. I mean, he's just crazy. He's crazy. Yeah, my third is in early access, guys, okay? My third is in early access. Alright? If I could just get my fourth up, then I'll be able to use the resources from my fourth to finish building my third, right? Okay. Oh my god. The rest of the battle cruisers have arrived. Right in time for him to focus the base. That's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah, give it up, baby. Look at this, man. This is gotta be, this is crazy. This is crazy. I've never met a Zerg like this before. He has proxied me 3 games in a row into just an endless attack. He is crazy. This guy's all over the place. You held down Control V too long, I apologize. Hey man, that's you know what? Everybody complaining about that, you know? They're not keeping the lights on like you are. I appreciate it. Thank you. You want to post dumb shit in your resub message you only get to share once a month? Go for it. Live your life. All right? But will it be enough? Will it be enough? All right, and the push has been held yet again. He's not gonna stop, I imagine. I don't think he'll ever stop. I think this feels personal. This feels personal. This feels like a guy I accidentally like hit with my car door in the grocery. Like I was getting out of my car too fast and didn't realize his door was still open, you know? And he like never forgot. Like he tracked me down, full Iron Man 3, gave my wife superpowers, all that shit. Yeah, it's straight up. I feel like I'm playing Bloons Tower D right now. Straight up. Hey, he like mined that purple gas out too. So he's at least spending his money. But if he never builds a fully maxed out force, that could give us an opportunity too. Do I have enough? I'm not really like losing the battlecruiser count anymore, so I do like that component of it. Yeah, he's running away. Whatever it takes. All right, let's see when the next push comes, huh? Let's see when the next push arrives. Oh, silly goose. He's so silly. I can't afford to make BCs anymore, so we'll try to squeeze out a few Ravens. But as long as he keeps attacking me like this, I'm fine. Sometimes when people get really far ahead of you, they like deliberately try to drag it out, but I figured maybe we could see if we turn it into something. Let's just go next. That was a good game. Let's just keep it rolling. Opponent believes they are the campaign CPU. He's just trying to win as fast as possible. It's impressive that every time I defend something, he has a follow-up though. At no point does he transition in any kind of macro play. Let's see if I get him a 5th time in a row, boys. Let's see if we get round 5. Well, how many games in a row can a man proxy hatch before he gets tired? Today, we test the limits. We test the limits. Oh, we got somebody else. Shame. Shame. That's his main strat. Yeah, he probably proxy hatches every single game he plays. He's, like I said, he's a psychopath. He's absolutely crazy. Crazy. With a name like your mom, I'm not surprised. Thanks, Bebop. Happy New Year. You've never seen so much optimism against Proxy Hatch one after another. Yeah, but there's 150 people watching. What do I have to complain about? They didn't all leave when I lost, right? Must not be that big of a deal. Thanks for hanging out with me, gamers. Guess what, guys? You want to hear something insane? I already know what the worst thing that's going to happen to me today is. Fun fact. It's just getting proxy hatched by that guy. Not so bad, huh? Not so bad. My dog didn't throw up on anything this morning, you know? I think it's a pretty good day. I try to make that my goal every day I stream. I want the worst thing that happens to me in my whole entire day to just be losing games of StarCraft. So that's okay. That's okay. It's not fun to get proxied 5 times in a row. It happened. But thankfully, it would take a lot. It would take a lot for it to be worse than that. If my appendix explodes, I'll let you guys know. He pulled all of his drones. As long as Katie has a good day at work, that's really the only thing I care about. Thankfully, I can't fuck that up from over here. Not yet, anyway. I don't think that'll be a wall. He's throwing away his lings. It happens. I'm like so shocked. I'm like, I can't believe I haven't already killed 30 supply. I'm like, we would already be on the part where he sent 4 more drones across the map to make more spine crawlers. This game feels so passive. What was I doing full time? I was doing IT. I was a system admin. I was a Google Workspace system admin who also did 15 other jobs. Onboarding, offboarding, interviews. Took notes for our client meetings. You have no fucking idea how many times people forget their passwords too. You got no idea the number of times somebody can need you to remotely reset their password in any given time period, the number is higher than you think. And the number is too high, just to be clear. It's more than you think, and it's far too much. It's more than you think, and it's far too much. Man, I'm just gonna get cheesed every game now, huh? Is that it? Is this my fate? Let's just go next. We can restart from even footing if we get a rematch. But yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a nice little break from streaming. I didn't start streaming again. I think I stopped in like September of last year, and I didn't start again until July. Yeah, it was remote. It was remote. It was a sweet gig. It was a sweet gig until, you know, it's like the longer I was there, it was basically like, I just need you to do more people's jobs without any pay increase. So eventually you're like, no longer worth it. You know what I mean? And then Katie got a job managing another brewery. She really loves doing that. So we had that conversation, and she went on to do that. And yeah, we weren't going to really, you know, weren't going to stay involved with that. So I've been looking for other stuff since then. I've been doing my streaming thing as well on the side. Just hanging in there like everybody else. But things ain't so bad, huh? All right, we got another TVZ. Let's see if this guy hits us with the Giga bust. No, that was the only other real job I had was doing IT support as well. I worked at the Penn State IT help desk at University Park. That was significantly easier, mostly just setting up Wi-Fi for people. Nobody knows how to connect to the university Wi-Fi with their MacBook. I'll do a more standard build this game. Although that's like what, 6 games I've gotten busted in a row now. So I don't really know what I mean. When I tell you I'm going to play a standard game, what I mean is I'm not going to go for a double battlecruiser rush in case I get cheesed again. But I will try to get... What's the most interesting way to play this out then? Probably single BC into 5 factory, right? I think that's got to be the most missionary position way we can do this. Yeah. If I don't want to instantly lose the game again, right? Even I'm getting bored of how short these games are. I think we can pump those numbers up to 10 minutes. I think we can hit that 10-minute mark. You like that? Yeah. I got plenty of them. Yo, TB2, what's up, what's up? But yeah, it was a nice job. I would do something like that again in a heartbeat. Not the kind of opportunity that just falls in one's lap. Part of how I got picked up for that was because the previous guy they had a security incident, so I kind of went in to help with that, and then I guess I just did a really good job. So that's how it turned into a thing. Here we go, another bust. Yeah, he's just trying to get right in. Just trying to get right in. Oi, oi, oi. That's why I went for the tank. I know. You guys were gonna say it's so boring, so turtly. I hate building tanks like this too. I really don't. I really don't like building this many tanks. Now, at this point, he should already be transitioning into mutas, or he's rushing to like Hive. But it looks like very low drone count on the third. So that just tells me he's got whatever he's going for next coming out. So just one turret at 6 minutes is definitely could have mutas. And I am building a battlecruiser, but it will not be done for a little bit. Zerg won't even buy you dinner anymore? No. Well, that's how StarCraft players are, though. You know, they're always focused on the end. They're always focused on finishing, right? They're always thinking about the game being over, you know? It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot to get their attention. You gotta have, like, Subway Surfers going on the side to distract them. Those dopamine addicts need a lot. They need a lot of stimulation. Sitting in one's base is a bridge too far. Nidus Surfers? Yeah, I'd play that. Sounds good. How greedy do we want to be? I'll throw a scan at him soon too. Is probably a good idea. Hey guys, what do StarCraft players and Pennywise have in common? They hate turtles. Get it? I'm very funny. Thank you. Damn, right on cue. I mean, I do really appreciate his donation to the Nathanias wanna micro battle cruisers better and learn how to do other stuff good too university. You know, we could use it. Alright, put 2 more here. That one's good. This one's fine. Can put a few over there. Your boy's running out of depots to supply drop. I'm building so few Thors. It's killing me. I hate it. But him going mutas is like crazy. I do feel like we called it a little bit. What else? What's my cooldown? 28 seconds. We'll build a third BC, and then we'll try to take the fourth with our first Thors maybe. On this map, it's just right there, so it's you can try for it. You can try for it a few times. I think you can try for it pretty easily. Maybe inch some of these guys back up here. Good, we can make the transition into Liberators. Try to do a little bit of harass. Since mutas kind of take away our ability to go out on the map, so I'm still trying to throw a few Hellions out for vision. Man, he made a lot of Corruptors. Wow, he made so many Corruptors. What? Oh, my movie of the year, by the way, for 2025, K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't think anything better than that came out this year. Low-key. Hollywood, do better. Also loved Running Man, but, I mean, didn't make me cry. Yeah, I think the only way to do this, we're just gonna have to do our super. It's gonna have to be a one punch. One punch, straight to the core. We're gonna have to break him in half with one move, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we stole a few of my guys. Okay, yeah, we just gotta go. We just gotta go. It's it. This is it. I think we got him. Let's get 2 more starports, another base. Beautiful. Beautiful. No GG. He took a lot of bases there. Once I realized that, I was like, man, he had so many corruptors. You going with the sword through the heart tactic? Yes, exactly, exactly. But look, guys, as you guys all know, the Frost Spider automatically revives himself every time you kill him, unless you have HP burn on him, right? Everybody knows that. So I can't just try and cut off his tentacles forever. It's never going to work. He'll spawn an infinite number of them like it's Japanese anime. But if I just rip his heart out, and I'd just like to say, I think I have some burn in my kit. It's not too bad. Oh, did I finally win a game? Holy shit. Korean ladder's been vicious today. Vicious. You love 3-base mech, all in kinda. Yeah, my favorite thing about that map is how easy it is to get the 4th base. Like I just had a ton of money, even though he was really aggressive. Like, don't forget, he tried to bust me at the beginning with roaches and lings. His 3rd base had no drones on it by the time I was floating my command center over. And I think those are a couple of components that together really came together for me. So that helped a lot. It helped a lot. The Dream Pool. Yeah, Shakura's Plateau is one of the old maps. It's a good one. You a big fan of Ketrock? You like the Raven Man? He still just do nothing but build ravens every game? That lovable son of a bitch. He's crazy. He's as crazy as they come. We are searching for another game, by the way. All right, we got a barcode Zerg, but it does not appear to be the one from earlier, so I don't think he'll instantly leave against us. We'll see. We'll see. I guess he's not going to instantly leave. That's nice. Every time somebody brings up Ketrock, I just think back to the first time I played against him in Wings of Liberty.
And we both went mass battle cruiser Raven and with nukes on Metalopolis. You guys remember Metalopolis? Those replays you need to Rosetta Stone to open. That's my Catch Rock memory. 10, 15, actually probably closer to 15 years ago now. I played an hour-long TVT against him on Metalopolis. We nuked the shit out of each other. We had battle cruisers, we had Ravens, we had nukes. It was one of the most legendary games I think I played back then. It's good times. Hope he's doing well. Try to put on a little bit more map pressure than we have the last few games. I'm gonna allow myself to be lured into a false sense of security where I don't think a bunch of roaches are about to climb up me bum. And that means I can build Hellions and go and try and get map vision and harass, poke, prod, etc., etc. Oh, you know what else we watched recently? I watched the new Freddy Fazbear movie. That was not great. It was okay. I think it was just mostly fan service type stuff for the movies, but otherwise much worsely done plot-wise than the first one. Oh, hey, there it is. Right on time. Could you believe how good the RE4 remake was when you first played it? Yeah, Capcom's A-Team has only put out bangers. Like, Capcom is absolutely, as far as Japanese game developers go, they're grossly overperforming in terms of the quality of their output. Like, I will shit on Resident Evil 3 Remake until Kingdom Come, but I only do that with the very specific clarification that you have to remember Resident Evil 3 Remake was developed alongside Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 was made by Capcom's A-Team. Resident Evil 3 was made by a different company entirely that was contracted to use the resources that they had built for Resident Evil 2 to also make that game. So I only say that because that is the reason why that game is so much worse than everything else that Capcom has released in the last 10 years. So either you can't look past that or you can. But if you can look past it, then I would say I was not surprised by how good Resident Evil 4 was, because they have been delivering nothing but bangers for a while. It's been nothing but bangers for a while from Capcom. I think Monster Hunter Wilds had some performance issues, right? There were quite a few performance-related problems when the game dropped, but otherwise, like, I didn't really hear too much about the game itself being that bad, or I haven't heard too much about it recently in general, but I've mostly been focused on Resident Evil Requiem, which I am absolutely stoked for. I mean, if you didn't play 7, you're a buffoon, because it's completely unrelated to all the other games, and it's an amazing standalone horror game. Resident Evil 7 on its own is one of the best horror games ever made, bar none. But Resident Evil 2 Remake, yeah, okay, definitely more on the scary, very difficult side. I don't know if I could recommend everybody to play that. I thought it was amazing, but it's actually a very difficult game relative to the other ones. Resident Evil 3, it might be the most fun. It has the most stuff you can do, like action-wise, but the whole entire game is like basically scripted cutscene. Like over half of the game's playtime is holding W because there's no other option. Like, so unless you take forever to play the game, unless you like get lost a lot, which the map's not that big. So Resident Evil 4 remake, again, I'm gonna put that. I think actually I was reading a shit post on the Steam forums earlier, and here's what I'm gonna tell you, because somebody else asked about Resident Evil 4 remake on the Steam forums for the game, and I read their post this morning. The #1 reply to the guy was, "It is the highest rated game on Steam," and I think he said ever, but I don't really know if I can. I wasn't able to validate that, but. You know, I would believe it. I would 100% believe it if it's one of the top rated games ever on Steam. But Resident Evil 4 Remake is unbelievably good. And it's not a scary game at all. There's like one part of the game that's kind of scary, and honestly, if you quit when you get to the regenerators, you've seen most of the game. You've seen like 90% of the game. If the regenerators make you give up on Resident Evil 4, you actually still saw 90% of the game. You saw everything that mattered. Resident Evil Village. Now, Resident Evil Village was a really good game as well. Man, it chilled me to my core. Game has a reasonable amount of replayability. Mercenaries mode isn't bad. It's a direct sequel to Resident Evil 7. You get to play as Chris Redfield. They fixed his model. They completely redid how he looked after the complaints from 7. 7 was the first game Capcom actually released using their in-house engine, so it was kind of like the beginning of a long process for them. But I have no doubt in my mind. It's gonna be a good time. Sorry guys, I'm talking about Resident Evil 9. It comes out on my 33rd birthday. Nathanias is turning 33 in February, and I'm very, very excited about the release of Resident Evil 9. The first half of 7 is incredible. Yeah, it's really, really good. Supply blocks pissing me off, but we have enough stuff building that I'm like, 5 remake, I can't wait. I wish. I need more games to play with my wife. Alright. They have like a multiplayer backrooms game, but you can't turn off head bob, and she gets motion sickness, so fuck me. Trying to get enough to move out here is tough. Do I like board games? No, I don't really have the patience. You know, I like playing regular games. Most of the time when you're playing board games, there's always somebody who's like very, very focused on making sure you do it the right way, because the person who brought up playing board games is usually far more excited about the idea of playing board games than anybody else. I like my video games, but if I'm like hanging out with people in some sort of personal environment, I'd probably be yeah. There's reasons I like MySpace. Oh, they're a little bit too far up. We trying. You know, that planetary fortress probably made it harder for me to defend. As soon as he popped it, we were fine. The Thors are actually, you know, their ass cheeks are so dummy thick, they can hardly maneuver around their own bodies. I should have been more cognizant of that. You remember the days of Oddworld and Spyro? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, one of the hardest things about being a traumatized person, like just growing up dealing with a lot of crazy ass shit, is like a big part of my survival was like, you know, I don't really let myself get worked up over things that aren't really insignificantly important in any way. So once I'm in a room with somebody who's like, well, actually, this is how it went, and this is probably how it should be, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna fight you, bro. Go for it. Whatever. You win. I did not sign up to play the game specifically so that you, the guy who knows it better than me, could demonstrate how smart you are when you kick my ass at it. Can we get a beer instead? Can we watch something? Mr. Barcode. Our army is reaching pretty impressive level, I think. That's right. That's right. Back it up. Back it up. But we're going to get the Liberator upgrade. We've got good vision. But I mean, yeah. The first games I really remember playing. It's probably just because my mom had a Sega. It's probably because my mom had a Sega. I think the first games I was playing were like Sonic the Hedgehog and shit. So the only board games I really put time into playing were with like some of my high school friends. We played like Risk and stuff. But again, it was always the same thing though, right? It's always the same thing. Is some guy gets really far ahead, snowballs it to the point where there's really no point in playing anymore, but everybody, usually to force people to finish the game, you just enter into some like blood pact, right? You just be like, hey guys, whoever loses this has to jump into the pool with all their clothes on. And like nobody wants to do that, right? So you just pick like an intentionally horrific punishment, more or less, for losing the game. That's the only way you could get people to finish it. So I'm one of those guys that likes, I like take to my space. Nathan's a big fan of personal space. I'm a big fan. Yeah, go get him, Tiger. I wonder what he will do next. I want to get all the overlords. Oh yeah, supply blocked again, huh? Oh. Wow, how nice of you. How nice of you. That's a lot of Broodlords. Do you have a permit for those? I don't think he had a permit. Man, this guy tried to Baneling bust me too. Shit. Poof. I'm out here, I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my fucking life out here. Whew. Crazy. Those Broodlords popped. Yeah, they popped and then they popped. You know what I mean? This looks like a campaign screenshot. This base right here. No bully, no bully. Thank you for the follow. What a game. What a game. Not shabby. Look at that. Only cheeky 400 gap on the MMR side, or sorry, on the APM side, not too shabby. They were butterflies that emerged from their cocoon during a fire. Yeah, it's not a good time. It's not a good place to be. When the heat that's incubating the egg is coming from that kind of source, that's usually a bad sign. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. More games coming up. Thanks for watching. I'll put the break screen up on the mobile as well. Enjoy. Okay. Give me your uncensored thoughts. Are the highlights terrible? It's okay to hate them. It's okay to hate them. Do you have any opinions? Is it too hard to see? Does it look terrible? It's a little small. That's okay. I think it looks small too. In my head, the first time I made it a lot bigger, I got kind of upset with myself because I was like, it's too big. It's too big. But maybe if I like slide some of this stuff to the side, is it weird that I want to have it in the middle? Is that the problem? Because I thought I could make it do the full stack. Or I could cut off part of it too. Right? Could do something like that. There were a few different ways I was looking at it. Would you say that just make it a little bit bigger though? We'll start there. We'll start there. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want you to like hate your life when you're watching the stream. I want you to, you know. Salesman tries to make product better. What can I say? What can I say? I've seen too many episodes of Shark Tank. At least I know the worst thing that will happen to me today is that tiny highlight. Well, there you go. There you go. Does it have to be vertical? Well, you know, that's just the way I have all those done. Yeah. I'd rather like display it in that manner. I don't really keep any of my clips in horizontal format. The vertical stuff gets all the views, so I just pull those from my YouTube. I just pull those from my YouTube pipeline, so I already have all of those made. Those are all just the shorts I've been making for like YouTube and stuff over the last year. I don't really record anything horizontally. All of that stuff is on Twitch. Like I could clip it if I felt the need, but they just don't really get any views, you know? So people prefer to watch the stuff they can flip through. But I see what you mean in terms of like displaying it on my horizontal. I don't really, that's why I asked. That's why we just did that whole thing. Or I could just crop it. I could just crop the top and the bottom off of it completely and just make it look horizontal. I could still do that. So I'm you know, there's a couple of different approaches. I can make it much bigger if that's better. But it's also like a policy that I'm not taking a lot of huge breaks anyway, so you guys don't really have to see it that often. Maybe if I start casting matches again at some point on the channel, then we'll have like dedicated break segments, but it's not a big deal. It is literally for that 5 minutes I take from the entire stream to go grab another Coke Zero. So here we are. He posted 2 degrees signs in the chat. That's on your mind a lot, IPX, huh? You've switched to Coke Zero? Not bad at all? No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm a Coke Zero true believer. Yo, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Happy New Year, gamers. Happy New Year. What am I looking forward to in 2026? I'm going to say the same thing I said last year. Grand Theft Auto 6. Whether it's available on PC or not on launch, probably not. I'm still excited for it regardless. The Odyssey movie, pretty big. I was in on that Jorge Riviera play for like the entire summer. Great stuff. Great stuff. Give me more Odysseus. Anne Hathaway, oh, she's great, you know. I've got nothing bad to say about her. I think Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming out this year, right? That's gonna be dropping as well. Since we're on the subject. No, but I hope Odyssey doesn't suck. Resident Evil 9 should be great. GTA should be great. I don't really know what else is coming out next year. Doomsday seems like it's gonna be it's either gonna be what they're saying it's gonna be, or it's going to be the Cyberpunk 2077 of Hollywood movies. No! Stop! 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 This is the 7th TVZ I've played in a row where I've gotten Bane busted or Ravager rushed. It's the 7th game in a row, guys. There are no Protoss. There are no Protoss. There are no Terrans. It is just TVZ against people baneling busting me. Okay, we can do the turtle build again next game. We'll open with the siege tank. We'll open up with the siege tank. We'll get the tank. I'll do it. Bustin' makes him feel good. I guess I should take some honor in knowing that I'm the one he wants to do it on, so. Hey Lando, GTA 6 release on PC? I have no idea. You know what should come out on PC next year? Is Death Stranding 2 gonna finally... I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to playing that. I don't know if it's coming out this year. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I would like to play Death Stranding 2. For sure. Very much so excited about that. But we did get a TVT. My prayers were answered. My prayers were answered. But I remember... I mean, that's the thing, right? It was so long ago that GTA 5 came out, but it took a long time for that to come out on PC. They did not even put GTA 5 to have parity with console versions until literally like 2 or 3 months ago. They released the enhanced edition for PC. And even that still wasn't fully caught up with the consoles. So they've had pretty different release cadences, even just for updates of the game after it was out. So it's just something to keep in mind. Rockstar, they don't seem to particularly care about keeping the PC player base up to par with their console users. At the same time, games that are that demanding, obviously you would much rather play on a high-end PC than any console, so arms tied, etc., etc. I didn't scout, so I'm gonna go look now. I don't really think I can do anything about it if I'm getting cheesed, but I can maybe try to keep the Reaper home or start a bunker. See what he's got. Let's see, not too much. How about Nate casting Home Story Cup 2026? When are they doing those? Home Story Cup is a really cool event, but I hope you guys know. I don't know if they talk about this, but I hope you guys know the people who work those events, like casters and stuff, they're doing it as volunteer work. That's one of those tournaments that is held together by passion of people within the space. So stuff like that is always cool. I hope you guys know that if I had like, if I was financially well off, I would be going to some of these events.
Happy New Year.
Going to Krefeld and drinking with everybody as a normie sounds like a fantastic time. If the opportunity arises for me to be able to do something like that, that would be incredible. But I just wouldn't get my hopes up. You're gonna ask StarCraft fans to spend money to see me somewhere? It's a tough sell. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah? Cheeky Calaris. Cheeky. Smells like Updog in here. Just don't let him finish it, right? That's it. I don't care. I pulled a bunch of my SCVs out of my base, so that works for me. Let's do it. He did not get his fusion core. He did not get the fusion core, so we got that going for us. I think now we, just have to try and do some kind of poke on him. We'll see what he's got. We lost a lot of our workers, but if we do a lot of damage on the other side of the map here with this counterattack, then we could be fine, so we just got to see what he has. Looks like his natural is completely empty, right? That's good for us. Oh, he's got a lot of Hellions. Yeah, see? It's not that bad. Because he's not really utilizing all of his stuff anyway, so... See what he's got. This guy's third CC on the way. All right, start ours. Yeah, he's just on straight to 3 factories. So what do you guys think? Cyclones, right? He's just gonna go Cyclones. But I think we can still do what we want to do. I'm just going to be super greedy. I think he'll just kill me if he sends that medevac across the map with his Hellions. But I want to build my battlecruiser. I could make a Cyclone and a Raven and just play very defensively, but I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. It may cost me the game. Hey man, unrelated comment. Just wanted to mention that you look like a guy who stores his clips horizontal. Not sure. Keepo. If only. Yeah, I know that's game. Like I said, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, he did proxy us. We didn't find it. Not much we can really do there. We were just too late. But thank you, McDunn. Happy New Year, man. And we're searching for another game. Thanks for watching, fans. Appreciate it. I'll restart the search. We got a game. All right, it's the same guy. So we'll just try not to get proxied this time. That should help. I just got to send the Reaper a little closer around the perimeter. I think our Cyclone opener should be really strong against him since he's just going to go for a battle cruiser rush, right? He was just going to go Hellion BC right away. I might even... Maybe I should just Ghost Pepper Cheese him. Fuck it. I haven't done it in TVT in a long time. I'll just go double Factory Cyclone. I haven't done it in Mirror in probably a year or two. It's been a long time. But we're just going to do our TVP. Just going to do our Cyclone build. And we don't have to think. If he does the same thing, we'll be an insta-win. Even if he kills all of our workers. Even if I made the tech lab right now, the factory would be done and just waiting for like 10 seconds. 15 maybe, while it waits for the tech lab to finish. So I like being able to get the floating barracks just further out for that purpose. Well, I feel like we scouted around a pretty decent amount. He's got to be doing something far more traditional this game. That's the energy he is giving off. Here we go. There it is, baby. Revenge is mine. And it is sweet. Now, people who don't open with siege tanks, that's what this beats. This is actually one of the reasons why all my fans I play against on the NA server, it's one of the reasons why they always tank all in me. Nobody wants to get clapped by these cyclones. Nobody wants to catch these cyclones' hands. What I wanted to do was sneak up and do this. If you guys didn't know, you can actually steal their add-ons. But I wanted to float my barracks in and steal his reactor or steal this tech lab so I could just make a marauder inside of his base to support me. Would have been cool. Woulda. I did win the game, so I think woulda is the only thing I can say there. Everything else went well. Love it, well played. Thank you, thank you. We've got a Zerg. This is one of the guys that did the one base, right? This is I think it's a Roach. He's a Roach or a Bane guy. So we can do the conservative version of the strategy. Play back, be defensive, etc. But I'm just expecting aggression on two bases. Maybe even just one base in terms of like drones. So 10, 1 to scout, 1 to expand. When League? I don't think they've released the new season yet, right? My schedule's been a little bit all over the place with the holiday stuff going on, so I haven't really, I haven't thought about that. I'm just kind of hopping on and playing StarCraft when I can find the time. Thank you, Ragnarok. Appreciate you. Nothing hidden? Nothing hidden here? What's your rank in LoL? The last time I was playing ranked seriously, I hit platinum and then I stopped. That was like 2023. I one tricked to platinum with Mal's. Happy New Year, Nate. The long hair works on you. See? Look at that. People didn't even realize how long my hair would get because I just push it up. I'm letting my bangs hang for the first time in a long time, and everybody loves it. Thank you. You're welcome. Keeps my forehead warm, which is nice. No, but have you seen the trailer with Leon in Resident Evil 9? Bro, bangs goals. I got all this volume. I gotta do something with it. I gotta do something with it. I gotta do something with it. The tank is on the way. Will it be enough? Who knows? Who knows at this point? Who can say? Your micro is this game is transferable to LoL in some way? Well, League of Legends is the same type of game as StarCraft. Yeah, it's top-down, isometric, strategy game, right? For the most part, everything is about the same control-wise. Damn, right as that tank finishes. That's just bad luck. GG. But yeah, I mean, if you've ever played League of Legends, like, it's probably the most similar game to StarCraft 2 there is, as far as, like, the controls go. It's one of the reasons why I've been playing League of Legends as long as I've been playing StarCraft 2. They both control the same. I think Dota is a little more similar to Warcraft. The units, they take like 5 years to spin around, you know? I hate it. It is a non-starter. It's the reason I don't play Warcraft, and it's the reason I don't play Dota. My favorite thing about StarCraft 2 is my favorite thing about League of Legends, which is that the controls are extremely responsive. It is as responsive as it gets. You will not find many games that are more responsive than StarCraft. Or LoL. I'd throw in Dark Souls games, have incredibly tight, responsive controls. When people say Dark Souls is hard to play, they mean like there are a lot of different bosses with patterns you kind of have to learn. But like the gameplay actually really enables and empowers you, you know? StarCraft 2, same thing for me. All right, then. There is a second barcode Zerg player on the Korean server who just leaves every time I play him because I battle cruised him once. I battle cruised him once and that was it. I haven't played a game against him since. I think he's left 10 times against me after that. So, if anybody has a time machine, if I could go back in time and stop myself from cruising this man, that way I don't lose a TVZ opponent, let me know. But he doesn't want to play me, so... Eventually, well, where's the other guy? Where's the other Zerg player that was abusing me for like 2 hours earlier? Where did he go? I'll get back in the box. Look, I'm just trying to farm clips for YouTube, bro. It's all good. You can beat me as much as you want. Just, can you like chase one of my BCs into like 17 Widow Mines underneath a floating barracks just once? You do it for the talk. Take all my MMR. Fuck, man. You give me that once. That'll be my biggest hit of the year. Yeah, he doesn't like me. Does he play any ZVT? No. He leaves all of his ZVT. Wow, that's incredible. Love watching your streams, bro. You have given me a purpose to play this game again. I'm going to get Diamond in Europe next year. That's my goal. Hell yeah, man. Dude, that's a great goal. That's a great goal. Good luck. What's the longest you let your beard grow? About this long, really. I mean, I guess during like lockdown stuff, I had it. Maybe it was a little bit bigger, but damn. Now he's speaking Chinese to me before he insta leaves. I don't know what's going on. But I can't actually grow my beard outside of what you see. Like, this will get long-ish, I guess. I don't really like... It becomes impossible to eat ice cream or soup, alright? I keep this down to a 2 or a 3 most of the time. I have to take it down, like, every other day. I have to run a 2 over it. It's already getting a little scraggly. All right, we got another barcode. It is a Terran player. Do you think it's the Marauder man from yesterday? Is it? I did beat him when I went 1 base BC, but if I go Cyclones and he goes Marauder again, I'm going to be in trouble. I think for game 1, since I've been rematching everybody I played today, I'm just going to assume this is the beginning of a best of 5. So for game 1, I'm going to do my normal TVT build, and we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. I'm not going to overthink it. What a throwback. I remember the glory days of you casting when I was grinding ladder. You just popped up on my YouTube recommended. Heck yeah, man. Well, hey, thanks for swinging by. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I've been playing StarCraft. I've been playing StarCraft for a very, very, very long time. I got back into streaming a few months ago, and I've been streaming in the YouTube vertical format, and it's been the best thing I've been able to do to find people, really, in a very long time. So it's been kind of awesome. The YouTube stuff's been really good for me in the last few months, particularly because of the shorts content that I've been making. So I appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I hope your life is going well. They started updating StarCraft again. Blizzard themselves updated the game for the first time in years, several years. Back in October, and that kind of, for me anyway, that killed my negativity about the game. I think the Chinese StarCraft scene on its own is gonna prop the game up a little bit more now. So I think at the very least we'll continue to see map updates, and we'll continue to see new patches, new balance patches and stuff. The changes that they made this year were really, really, really crazy. They added Dark Swarm to Zerg. They added they changed Psy Storm so it lasts longer and does more damage, but it's slightly less. Oh, it's like the ticks do a little bit less damage, but there are more of them, if that makes sense. And they made Psy Storm bigger, so it's like they did some pretty out there stuff to try and just reinvigorate an old game, and that's a big reason why I've been very excited about doing StarCraft stuff. I'm just happy the game is getting changes. They made a ton of quality of life changes. They made it easier for workers to attack stuff at the start of the game, so you can deal with cheese a little bit better. A lot of cheese builds have fallen off because of that. Meta stabilizes a little bit. They also made it so that Thors can push around other mechanical units like Hellions and tanks, which is great. So even just those, like even like 5 years ago, it's like, oh yeah, maybe there were more people playing, but like it was really hard to move some units around. But now ultras can push smaller Zerg units around. Like a lot of the quality of life that they've been able to implement, I think, is exactly the kind of stuff that if it's been a while since you played, or if you're just nostalgic for the game, like certain aspects of it are easier. But obviously, if you were to dare to hop on the ladder, of course, you're still mostly going to be running into people that have been playing for a long time who are not trying to build their favorite unit. They're trying to win. They just want to win at all costs as quickly as possible. So it's like, you know, it's still its own whole thing. It can still be a scary place to hop on and play SC2. It can still be stressful. It can still be a very stressful experience. But I think that they're doing some good work to smooth the edges in a few places that really matter. So I am just hoping. There is that, like I said, there's a $50,000 Chinese tournament happening at I think January 17th. So 50 grand, innovation, SOS, MMA. Pretty cool. They said 8 legends and 8 current pros. So if you ever wanted to watch innovation and MMA play SC2 again, shit, man, I'm gonna be there. I don't know what website they're gonna do it on, but since it's being promoted by Blizzard China officially, maybe it will have a good way to watch for international audiences. It'll be nice. It'll be very nice. What's your opinion of Life, the Zerg player? I don't really have much of an opinion of him. He was one of the best Zergs for sure at the game. Would Cyril struggle against him? Yeah, I don't know. We could make an epic. I could ask ChatGPT to give me the script for an epic rap battles of history episode, and I think it would be as informed and accurate as what I could say if I just talked out of my ass for 5 minutes. So that's mostly just my polite way of saying I have no idea what kind of answer you're expecting to that question. But yeah, you know, that's one of those is what it is things. You don't know how good those players will be, but you'll watch? Yeah, exactly. It should be awesome. Yeah, I've heard of you. Yeah, I used to do the World Championship Series for StarCraft. I was doing that with Roddy and Jeff and all of them for probably, I think it was 6 years until they ended it. Yeah, I used to host WCS America. Back when we had WCS. It was good times. Or maybe decide to go Terran. Well, actually, I play all 3 races. There just happens to be one that I'm good enough at that I think people will watch me stream a lot that I don't get tired of, because I think Terran is more fun to play 1v1 than the others. I actually used to play a lot more Zerg, and I used to play a lot more Protoss, but they nerfed a lot of the things out of the game that enabled my playstyles for those races. When I was a Zerg, I loved using Infested Terran. They deleted Infested Terran from the game in 2019, 2018. They got rid of Infested Terran. It was one of the biggest mistakes the developers of the game ever made. Truly. Huge mistake. I digress. Ruined playing Zerg for me. Made Infestors such a less interesting unit. So I stopped playing Zerg when they got rid of the Infested Terran. And then Protoss was fun because you could just go Golden Armada every game. And then they got rid of Graviton Catapult. Graviton Catapult is not even in the game anymore. Right? Graviton Catapult is not even in the game anymore. So that ruined playing Protoss for me. Because, yeah, guess what, bitch? I should be able to build carriers every game if I want. Fuck you. So that's, you know, that's just my thought process. I've been playing StarCraft since I was 11 years old, okay? You're gonna tell me carriers aren't a viable unit? That's bullshit. It really is. It really is. So, you know, they've made, I mean, that was like, a lot of that was done by like this balance council. You guys, we don't need to get into it, but basically an anonymous group of randos in the StarCraft scene were basically allowed to patch the game, and they deleted some of those things like Graviton Catapult, tragically. So it was mostly just people or pros who just didn't want to play against it on ladder anymore. We'll never know. We'll never know because there was absolutely no transparency or accountability for anybody involved in that system in any way, shape, or form. But they made permanent, lasting changes to the game that I hope one day get undone. I would love to see Infested Terran and Graviton Catapult both back in StarCraft. I do not really understand why iconic units and things should not be in the game. But there's, you know, it's StarCraft. There's still a lot of people that like to clutch their pearls about balance at the cost of literally everything else. I'm not about that. I'm not about that. Oh, he's got a pretty sizable force out there. Yeah, I was masters with Zerg. I was masters with Protoss. That was like kind of a personal challenge I made for myself a long time ago. I think he's got us. He's got a lot of Vikings. GG, let's go next. What if they removed Yamato? What if? All right, we got a barcode Zerg player this time.
It's time to kick things off.
Is Xel'Naga a breed between Zerg and Protoss? No, the Xel'Naga were essentially like, they were their kind of god figure. Like imagine Protoss and Zerg were more or less like the yin and yang of Xel'Naga, but split apart, right? Like imagine that Xel'Naga is just like, it's one of those vape pens where it's like a 2-in-1 and you're meant to pull them together, but like you separated them, you know? You've just got one flavor here and one flavor there kind of a deal. That's the Xel'Naga. Those flavors are Zerg and Protoss. At my dispensary? What the fuck? Guy in chat took that in a very weird direction. Actually, it's a ripoff of the plot of Metal Gear Solid. There you go. There you go. You know how Liquid Snake was supposed to be all of Big Boss's best genes? That's the Protoss, okay? And you want to know who the scrappy underdog that had all the worst traits, that wasn't necessarily, had all the recessive genes, you know who ended up managing to overcome through sheer willpower and unstoppable determination? The Zerg. The Zerg are Solid Snake. Liquid Snake is the Protoss. Does that make sense now? And Kerrigan is when Ocelot's arm gets cut off and he attaches Liquid's arm to him, creating a being that is purity of essence but also human. Are you following? Hang on, I gotta find my glass nidus worm. Now, Sharks, which one of you wants to invest in my fanfic? Good times. Thanks for the follow, Corey. Appreciate it. $100K for 50%. Take it or leave it. Is it okay if I ask the other sharks if they want to make an offer first, though? I just want to give everyone a chance to respond. I'm out. That is usually how it goes. Well, I can explain highly nuanced technical concepts to a variety of audiences. I can follow along in real time with complex, intricate processes and operations and keep track of them, including being able to provide live comms on them. What do we have any more buzzwords? I don't care if he's busting me here. I'm gonna take the bait. Let's do it. Show me your teeth. Like Lady Gaga said. No? I don't even trust myself. Every Zerg player I've played has Bane busted me today. Let me... Having a great time. One man, all the Banelings. What do you got? Hydra Den. All right, all right. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. It means we can immediately expand, which is great, too. And it also means I don't need to build turrets, right? Because no mutts. And it means I can go double armory, because I saved all that money by switching to Geico. Beautiful. What's the issue, Doc? He's blocked? Okay, well, we're good now. I can help you build this into a massive business. Trust. That's fair. I mean, he said he could, right? Do we have a reason to doubt him? Do I have any reason to believe he can't turn this into a multi-trillion-dollar mega corporation? I mean... But we do have double upgrades. We've got mines. We've got burrow for the mines. That's fair. I didn't want a royalty deal anyway. Do I really not have an engineering bay at all? It's kind of crazy. Free bowing it. That's the thing, right? Because his Hydras are all at the other base. So now they have to completely cross the map before they get back over here. Right? This is kind of my thought process. So, gives me a little bit of leeway, right? Like right here, literally. Literally this. Literally what you're witnessing and seeing right now. Although I did lose one there. Tragic. You wish. Oh, he's going for it. He wants him. Oh, does he have the jump? No. Okay, well, I deserved that. I deserved it. I flew too close to the sun. Or I flew too close to the Hydras, and more literally, perhaps. It happened. It was real. I was there. More battle cruisers, please. By the way, guys, next time Katie comes into chat, if you guys want to know a great way to troll her without getting banned, all right, Katie's got some serious beef with Stuart Little. Okay, that's like her white whale, you know, that's her Moby Dick. She absolutely hates Stuart Little with a burning passion. Yeah, I'll take your infestor. That's actually it's really sweet of you. Damn, he made corruptors too. Well, I think I can at least go for the spires, right? Tried to tuck in on the end there. Now that low ground fourth base should have been a planetary. That's the reality. This base should have been a PF. If I had held that, maybe we would be in a somewhat playable position. I think we're kind of dead right now, to be honest, but I also still have like 5 battle cruisers, but I'm gonna get to 10, bitch. I'm gonna get to 10 battle cruisers. Does she hate the rat from Ratatouille as well? I think that she doesn't like Remy, but I don't believe she has a deep-seated hatred of Remy the way she does for Stuart Little. If that makes sense. I'll be releasing my AI-generated children's novel about the saw trap that Remy and Stuart get put in against each other. You know, to learn about friendship. To learn about friendship. But unfortunately, yes, Remy does win, obviously. Stuart Little has never had to struggle for anything in his entire life, thus he has no survival instincts and would not survive a saw trap where he had to compete against Remy. Just, it doesn't work out. Spoiler. I know you were all really invested. Nathan, you triggered my wife's irrational hatred of Stuart Little by bringing it up. Yeah. I'm not sorry. This is it. It's got to be now or never. Some of you may die. Look at that. Look at that. Now she's ranting. Okay. Can you ask her how she feels about Remy beating Stuart Little though in like a Hunger Games type competition? Does she have any opinions on that? Also, don't feel any pressure to answer. Just opening the conversation. We have 3-3 for the battle cruisers, so our fleet is relatively well assembled. I feel like he's thrown away a lot trying to break us too. So, yeah. He's got the creep right outside of our base. It's not going to get any easier. It's not going to get easier at any point. Just keep making orbital commands. I mean, when you play the game of mass battlecruiser, it's brutal. It really is. It can be brutal. It can be brutal and it can be short. It can be brutal and it can be short. What should I do here? Maybe research Blue Flame. You can use like some Hellions, right? I think some Hellions is appropriate. Some Hellions are appropriate. I don't think I'd be a big fan of having to scoop out my eyeball to unlock a bear trap that was attached to my head. I'd probably die in a Saw trap as well. Well, I don't think you've seen that many Saw movies if that's what you think it's about, but I get it. It can be scary. Guess how many pages that bad boy is? I don't know, 670? Did I get it right? Do I win? We're putting together a team. 1,200 pages? Nice, nice. That's a reasonably sized book. Oh, see, there you go. He's got the Dark Swarm up. He's got that Dark Swarm up. That wasn't too bad. I have so many bases too. I could do this for a while. Got a lot of command centers. Just got to repair our stuff, right? That's it.
To the last breath.
Whoop, whoop. He's got so many corruptors. They only have 1/1 upgrades. I need to force a game-ending fight, right? That's basically it. That's what I need to do. Maybe when this next wave of BCs is done, we just say fuck it and go. That might be the move. Yeah, baby, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Just ripped his heart out with battle cruisers. Just tore it straight out, guys. Oh. That's one of Sub-Zero's fatalities, right? It's good stuff. Is there a number of battle cruisers you can get that won't lose? Why did he leave with that bank? Oh man, that Scorpion bro. I thought they both ripped people's hearts out through their chest. My bad. My bad. Sorry, I meant reverse flash. He was making a lot of lings. Well, guys, if you're wondering why he left, it's probably because A, I'm gonna guess that he didn't have any tech. No, he had a Spire. He still had a Spire. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just broke him. I think I just mentally shattered him. I took out his hive. But really, the reason why I forced the fight is because, as I said, my battle cruisers, as you can see here, they're 3/3. And his corruptors are 1/1. The only thing that could possibly change in this game would be him getting better, right? His corruptors getting better. My battle cruisers can no longer improve. So BCs at 3/3 versus 1/1 corruptors, you can win fights like this. How many do I have at this point? 14. How many did I have at the start of the fight? Let's see. When I yeet myself into his base, I think I'm just having like 14, 15 BCs. I think like I finish a few though. I teleport some of them in as they finish. That was like, I'm pretty sure I said that's what I was gonna do, but I think I lose some right here. Yeah, I go down to 13, I go down to 12, and then I go up to 16. And then this one was on cooldown, so he just stays and dies. But the rest of the army together is quite strong. You do wish upgrades went beyond 3/3? I mean, that's a concept I think would be really interesting to play with. As far as like longevity goes, right? Like the permutation of composition breakpoints that you would add to the game, even if +4 was a thing for every race, like, you know, I'm on the side of, if you want the player count to go up, you're gonna have to blow some shit up to make that happen. You're gonna have to do some crazy shit here and there. So if bringing back the infested Terran is too crazy, then I'll say maybe do that. Let's see resources lost. 34,000 to 19,000, not bad. APM 235 to 522. Yeah, his corruptors had 1/1. The Hydralisks were at 3/3. He had Neural Parasite, but there weren't infestors on the map. And he had Adrenal. All right, guys, that's actually going to be it. That's going to be it for my show tonight. I want to give a big thanks to everybody who tuned in. I'm glad we were able to clap back against this dude after he... this is one of those guys. I think this guy Bane busted us like 3 or 4 times tonight. I think these guys Bane busted us a bunch. So we managed to win a nice macro game to wrap it up. I want to say Happy New Year. I hope that you had a good time, and I'll see you next year.